Professor, what stages do consumers go through when purchasing a product?
Sure, in this session, I will explain the stages of consumer purchase decision-making. What stages do you go through when purchasing a product? Of course, the purchasing process varies for different products. Some products require careful consideration before making a purchase decision, while others are purchased without much thought. In our country, there is a proverb that says, "You can sound water 10 fathoms deep, but you cannot sound the human heart a single fathom." Just like the proverb, consumers go through different decision-making processes when purchasing a product. Thus, depending on the consumer, the product being purchased, and the situation in which the same consumer purchases the same product, different decision-making processes are involved. Although the consumer's purchasing process is complex, the general purchase decision-making process consists of 5 stages. The 5 stages of consumer purchase decision-making are problem recognition, information search, alternative evaluation, purchase decision, and post-purchase behavior. Let me explain the 5 stages of the purchase decision-making process in detail. First, the first stage is problem recognition. Problem recognition, or need recognition, refers to the stage where consumers recognize the need to purchase a certain product. Consumers have a need for many products in their daily lives. The need for a product arises from 2 main factors. One is internal factors that arise from within the consumer, and the other is external factors caused by external stimuli that the consumer receives. Internal factors can arise from basic needs, such as thirst or hunger, or from the desire to show off to others. External factors include political, economic, technological, and socio-cultural environmental stimuli that influence consumers, as well as stimuli generated by marketing activities, such as advertising and sales promotion. Stimuli generated by marketing activities are called marketing stimuli. Whether it is an internal or external factor, when a need arises, consumers start looking for a product. When consumers look for a product, whether they currently possess it or not is important. This is called the actual state, or as is. And when consumers purchase a product and possess it, it changes to the desirable ideal state, or to be. Recognizing the gap between the current state and the ideal state is called problem recognition. We can say that the purchase decision starts from problem recognition. The second stage is the information search stage. The information search stage refers to the stage where consumers, after problem recognition, search for purchase-related information. Information search can be classified into internal search and external search. Internal search refers to the process of retrieving information from one's memory, such as past experiences or accumulated knowledge, that can be helpful in the decision-making process. External search, on the other hand, refers to the process of obtaining additional information from external sources, when internal information is insufficient or additional information is needed. Whether it is an internal or external search, the most influential factor is the brand. There are brands that naturally come to mind, and brands that don't come to mind, and also brands that are discovered during the information search process, and brands not discovered. Brands that naturally come to mind for consumers are called evoked set. Consumers sometimes choose one brand from the evoked set. However, most consumers would prefer to select the most outstanding brand among those they discovered during external search or happen to come across. This set of brands that would consider a realistic option for purchase during the purchase decision is called the consideration set. Consumers narrow down the consideration set to a few brands, known as the choice set, and ultimately purchase one of them. To reiterate, consumers go through the information search process and end up purchasing one product from the choice set. The third stage is the alternative evaluation stage. The alternative evaluation stage refers to the process of comparing and evaluating several alternatives within the choice set to ultimately select one. Alternative evaluation methods include heuristic rule, compensatory rule, and non-compensatory rules, which can be further divided into 4 subcategories. Since the alternative evaluation process is quite complex, I will explain it in more detail in the next session. The 4th stage is the purchase decision stage. After evaluating the alternatives, consumers choose the alternative that receives the highest score and make the purchase decision. However, when making the final decision, various factors come into play depending on the consumer. These factors include decision-making based on involvement and decision-making based on stimulus-response models. This topic is also complex, so I will provide a detailed explanation in the next session. The 5th stage is post-purchase behavior. After purchasing a product, consumers find themselves in a state of satisfaction or dissatisfaction. This leads to different behaviors, which are referred to as post-purchase behavior. Consumers' post-purchase behavior can be explained by models, such as the expectancy disconfirmation model, attribution theory, cognitive dissonance, and post-purchase dissonance. Since explaining post-purchase behavior is also complex, I will provide a separate explanation. Eller, how was today's class?
Professor, the 5 stages of consumer purchase decision-making are indeed very complex. However, thanks to your summary of the situations that have emerged during the actual purchasing process, I can understand now. I didn't realize that marketing delves into the intricacies of consumers' every move to such an extent. I really enjoyed today's explanation. Thank you.